What is up, guys? It is a real R32 here, bringing you guys a quick video about the top tables at YCS Austin. This is round 9, which is the last round of day 1. So this was just now posted, and I wanted to get this out for you guys. These were the top 6 tables at the end of round 9. So this is at the end of day 1. Mac Rabbit against Mono Mermel. Yugioh versus Mermel. He wasn't sure that the versions of the Mermel. Mermel versus something. Mermel versus Machine Gadget. Mermel versus Fire Fist. And at table 6, Elemental Hero Electrum OTK, and that player won his match. So we're looking at the top tables, the top 10 tables at table 6, an Elemental Hero Electrum OTK deck beat whatever it is he played against. I'm assuming something like Mermel or Yugioh or Macarabbit or something. And really, that really surprised me because either A, the guy's very lucky, B, he stacks, or C, he's using an Electrum OTK deck that I have no idea which kind of OTK deck it is. Because the only kind of Elemental Hero Electrum OTK deck that I know about is the one where if you open up Elemental Hero Bubble Man, Bubble Illusions, Chain Material, and Fusion Gate, then you can go Dive Bomber OTK. So it must be an Electrum OTK where he just puts 3 Electrums on board and swings in for game. Although I'm assuming it's the Dive Bomber one because I can't think of no Elemental Hero Electrum OTK thing. In case you guys don't know what Elemental Hero Electrum does, I'll just pull it up real quick for you guys. It's a really, really old card. It's used in the Dive Bomber OTK, and I'll explain why in a second. Okay, so it requires Avion, Burstinatrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman. He has 2900 attack, 2600 defense. He must be fusion summoned and can't be star summoned by other ways. While face up on the field, he's also treated as a wind, water, fire, and earth attribute. So he's not only is he a light, but he's also wind, water, fire, and earth. And when he's fusion summoned, you can shuffle all banished cards into the deck or decks, and this card gains 300 attack for each monster your opponent controls that shares an attribute with this card. So very, very good. In case you guys also don't know, I'll just pop it up here real quick. This should suffice. I'm very bad at spelling. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here. It's kind of an old OTK, but it's Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. It requires a machine-type monster and a pyro-type monster. It has 2800 attack, 2300 defense. Once per turn during your main phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card on the field. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. So essentially what the OTK would be is you go Summon Bubble Man, activate Fusion Gate, set Chain Material, activate Bubble Illusions, you summon Bubble Man, activate Fusion Gate, activate Bubble Illusions. Bubble Illusions allows you to activate trap cards from your hand for that entire turn as long as you control face-up Bubble Man. You activate Chain Material, and now with Chain Material's effect, once again I will pull this up really quick. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Alright, I am back. What Chain Material does is, it's an old card from Phantom of Darkness, but anytime you fusion summon a monster this turn, you can remove from play from your side of the field, deck, hand, or graveyard fusion material monsters that are listed on the fusion monster card and use them as fusion material monsters. You cannot attack during the turn this card is activated. If you use this effect for a fusion summon, the summoned fusion monsters is destroyed during the end phase. So you go Chain Material, and Fusion Gate already lets you fusion summon as many times as you want. So you would go UFO Roid and what's that card? It's Volcanic Shell. Volcanic Shell and UFO Roid to make a Bombardment Bird, and then your opponent would lose 300 points for, what did it say? 300 points for each card on the field. So if you open up the 4-card combo, Fusion Gate, Bubble Man, Bubble Illusions, and Chain Material, if your last 2 cards are back row cards that you can set, you would set those 2 so that your opponent would take more damage. Then you would remove your first Bombardment Bird and another UFO Roid to make your second Bombardment Bird. They would take more damage. Then you would remove your second Bombardment Bird and a third UFO Roid to make your third Bombardment Bird. Then you would remove all the monsters required to make Electrum, play Electrum. Electrum would put back your 2 Bombardment Birds, and all the monsters that you banish back into your deck you would shuffle, and then you would rinse and repeat your Blaze Phoenixes until your opponent ran out. And then once you got up to your third Blaze Phoenix, so that there was 2 Blaze Phoenixes banished, you would go into an Electrum um, in order to shuffle everything back and just rinse and repeat. Um, the only problem with it is that if they have Valor and they Valor your first Electrum, you're screwed. And pretty much any kind of Valor is going to kill you in that aspect, or I'm sorry, in that that match if your opponent's using Valor. So it's if the dude running the Elemental Electrum's using this kind of OTK, it's very, very interesting then, and I'm definitely going to be putting that deck profile up on my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little video, and I will continue to bring you guys more coverage as I get it. Deuces.